Hello, YouTubers, hello, subscribers. Kisses to all of you. I hope that you're having a wonderful evening. I am. I just want to get on here and have a chit chat with you. I'm not looking 100% my best, so I would rather not, if you guys don't mind. We'll just do a peek. Hello. So, anyway, Megan's in trouble. Okay. I know some of you guys don't like Dan Wooden, but unfortunately, he's got some news. And before we get to that, though, we must sing the Mimi song. Okay. Where is it? Okay, hold on. I don't want you guys. It's the Mimi Show. It's the Mimi Show. It's the Mimi Show. Thank you, Sam. Thank you so much for that. We're going to do it one more time. It's the Mimi Show. It's the Mimi Show. It's the Mimi Show. Oh. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, because I can't sing. So hopefully that kind of helped. Oh my God. Listen, Meghan is in trouble. Let's get to it. Let us get to it. But before we get to that, P. Diddy, Sean Puffy Combs, has been arrested. Yep, taken into custody. That is breaking news. Yes, it is. He has been arrested. I mean, everybody knew it was coming. You know, you knew it was coming. You knew something was going on behind closed doors. The way they raided his house. This is the same guy they raided. They raided his house and had his kids at gunpoint. I mean, it was like serious. And so they took all this evidence out of his house. And I guess they've been sifting through all the evidence and they've been going through it for months. And the grand jury has decided to indict him. That's a big one. You're in trouble. You're in some serious trouble. You could do jail time. You could do some stuff. They're going to open up the doors and we're going to look inside of what was going on. That's going to be a story within itself. I may cover that. Let me know if you guys want to hear that story, because that is going to be a big one. The only thing going on with Meghan is failure. That's it. Failure after failure after failure after failure after failure. I was watching the Aftermath. You got to check her out. Very good content. She had me mesmerized. She talked about Meghan's ambition and what level Meghan was on before she met Harry. She was on a very low level. Because she was with Trevor, and Trevor tried to give her a few. This is what Aftermath was saying. Trevor tried to give her a few jobs, but she was always an extra. She wasn't like Jennifer Lopez or Gwyneth Paltrow and all the rest of them, Julia Roberts. She's not that kind of an actress. She was an actress that I never knew who she was. I had to look her up. I said, "Who is Harry Marion?" I've never heard of her before. My mom said, "Neither have I." And so we all went down the line telling each other how we didn't know who she was. That's important. Because the aftermath wanted us to remind us that she had it all. When she married Harry, she had it all. And when she stepped down, it was insulting. It was, how dare you give something back that was given to you as a gift? And it was, the aftermath was also speaking about, it's cold in my house, sorry, a little chilly. She was also speaking about how Meghan disrespected the Queen. But I digress. Meghan's in trouble. Okay. Hollywood has called her out as this mean bully. Bullying staff, the meanest person around, and she's not likable at all. That's word on the street. And it's not just on the street. Okay? P. Diddy's in trouble. I was going to do a live, but I told my husband, I said, no, we won't do that. Hold on, yes, this is Dan Wooden. I know some of you don't like him, but bear with me. I kind of like his content. And he's talking to a reporter, and this reporter is reporting on what's going on with Meghan and Harry. He's hearing it. This is what is being talked about. Okay? Hold on. Come on.
The picture we are getting of Meghan Markle is a very unflattering one of someone who really behaves like a bully, in essence. And Hollywood Reporter is a very, very heavyweight publication. It's alongside Variety. It's the
Hollywood Reporter. It's next to like Vogue and the rest of those magazines that those rich people get. Their society is talking about Meghan. Her own society, where she lives, the people in her backyard, her neighbors are talking about her. She is being talked about. And not in a good way, not in a flattering good way, in a very negative tone, like you bully you despicable boss you. How dare you treat people this way? Who do you think you are? They report, and they called Harry her enabler. You guys were telling me about this the last live I had. Oh, I want to give a shout out to, I think it's Pyramid, Rainbow Pyramid. I believe that's her name. And if I have it wrong, please forgive me. But I want to give a shout out to her because I like how she stood up for herself. She did. She stood up for herself. And I like that. She didn't allow someone to bully her off a platform just because she was a small channel. So I have mad respect for her. Oh, and I subscribed to her a long time ago. Not a long time ago. I think I subscribed to her when she had about, I remember her having 700. I subscribed then. Now she's almost got like 3,000 followers, which is awesome. Guys, go check her out. Yep, go check her out. She's got it going on. Let's continue.
Biggest publication in Hollywood, and I think that they've really done their homework here. I mean, this is a damning, devastating critique of Meghan Markle, and also, of course, Harry doesn't come off particularly well either from this.
Damning, difficult, damaging. This jacked up the reputation that she is trying to portray. She's the victim. They mistreated me. I was the one over there, being mistreated by the royal bad wolf. No, you were over there mistreating them. Them aides were telling the truth. There's a bully. Hello? Hello? Is anybody out there? There's a bullying report at the castle with a lock on it. I bet you'll find Meghan's name on it. They were scared of her. She was a bully. She can't keep staff. They're running out of there in droves, and they sign an NDA. People are talking crazy about her over here. They don't care about no NDA. These employees are talking stuff about Meghan and letting them know what's going on. And what have we been talking about since the Mimi show started? That Harry's a traitor, and whatever Meghan does or says, that's what he's going to do. He's her enabler. That's what they called him. He's her. He allows her to get away with all of it. I gotta turn down the air. Isn't that something? What we've been talking about for years is that Meghan's been in control. She's the puppet master. She's the one that's telling him what to do, when to do it, how to do it, where to go. Oh, I'm not going back to the UK. No, it's not safe there. The knives are there. That's Meghan telling him how he's not going to allow his dad to see his grandkids. I will never, ever, ever get over that. And I bring it up a lot because it disturbs me the most, is that how do you keep those kids, if they are any, away from their grandparents and relatives? Oh my God. My mom and them would be knocking down the door if I kept Kara away from them. But she didn't win. They don't want to talk to me. They want to talk to Kara. I say, Mom, Mama. Let's call Mama. Anyway, let's get back to the gruesome twosome.
But ultimately, it's a portrait of Meghan Markle as a frightening, sort of terrifying figure.
Frightening, terrifying, frightening, and terrifying. A bitch in heels. What else could she possibly be called? Oh, that's not what they called her. They called her a dictator in heels. A dictator. A dictator in heels, and was making grown men had tears in their eyes. Could you imagine the control and the domination that she has over Harry? Like a 2-year-old. Harry's like a 2-year-old when it comes to Meghan. He is up against something that he has never been up against ever before. He is no match for her. Look at the control. Look how she manipulated him into leaving his country so she can go start her jamathon and her ARO and her lady at the bench and her Lemonado, her Spotify. I mean, she's got more careers and things going on than I can handle. But like Aftermath said, none of it is sticky. Nothing's solid. There's no jam to be sold. There's no dog biscuits to be eaten. Rough. Sorry. This would have been a good one to go live. We're going to talk about it because it ain't over. They called her frightened. They're frightened, like scared of her, like a ghost that walks in the room. You be like, oh, it's here. You remember that movie? God, what's the name of it? The Devil Wears Prada. Probably a little worse than that. Way worse than that. Worse than that. Because Meghan they said she goes around like a dictator and ain't listening to nobody and everybody else. She's not, I knew that. I knew she wasn't listening to anyone. Of course she's not. Because if she was, then she would be doing it their way and she would be succeeding. That's why WME failed a long time ago to bring her popularity up to par. I wonder what they're going to have to say about the publication. Keep taking her money? Whew, I'm just saying. He said it was frightening and terrifying. That's how afraid they are of this woman. Terrified. Frightened. I missed it. Sorry, I had a doctor's appointment. And I'm going to have to reschedule because... Anyway, moving on. Sorry. Let me just...
And I think that they've really done their homework here. I mean, this is a damning, devastating critique of Meghan Markle. And also, of course, Harry doesn't come off particularly well either from this. But ultimately, it's a portrait of Meghan Markle as a frightening, sort of terrifying figure for her staff, which is why...
Terrifying figure for her staff. That means they hate going into work. Like, oh my God, here she comes. The dictator on heels. Here we go.
There's such a high turnover rate of people working for Meghan and Harry. They can't...
A high turnaround rate. You can't keep good people because you're not listening to them. They're trying to help your reputation, trying to help you out, trying to give you some advice, trying to say, do this and do that, but no one's listening. Because when she did her biography, it was like 3 to 4 pages long. I said, what is she talking about? And I realized she was talking about nobody but herself. I said, wow. I said, she likes talking about herself. She enjoys it. Nobody else. There's no room for nobody else. It's all about her or it's nothing. You should be you should be pleased and happy and excited that you're working for me. Why? Because you married a prince? Or because what? What changed? You know what? The Aftermath also said something about how she can just distance herself from her family like that. It's shocking. I missed my appointment.
Wait to get out, actually. Breaking right now, Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, do we still have to call her that? And Prince Harry have been on publicity overdrive after that damning Hollywood Reporter article described her.
Some publicity overdrive, trying to fix it. They can't fix that. No, this isn't the first time you've been called the Iron Lady. No, this isn't the first time. This is like a repetitive cycle because Tom Bauer mentioned it in his book, how she was a diva on set. I wonder how she acted when she was doing Suits. I just wonder, was she like that? Did she think she was the main character? Anyway.
As a dictator in high heels.
There it is.
And backed up everything that members of the Sussex Survivors Squad.
Dictator on heels. That right there. Come on. That's some real low down to call your boss dictator on heels. She is the worst as they come. This is how bad she is to work for. Can you imagine Harry living with it? Dealing with it? He's got to deal with it all the time. I'm surprised he ain't snapped. Because I've been and just snapped and said, look, get somewhere and sit down. Because nothing you're doing is working out. And let me tell you why. Because no one likes you. It's your persona. It's who you are. It's your jam. It ain't come with love. It came with a whole bunch of lies and it just came with a whole bunch of stuff. And it ain't genuine. It didn't work out. The jam, unless it's still happening and I'm jumping the gun. Was it not good? Somebody said it didn't have a label on it. So it wouldn't. This is bottom. To me. She can't fix this. You are considered not a good, you're definitely not a good boss. That's for sure. That's a fact. It's a fact. It's not a lie. It's not allegedly or, da, 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 da. It was written that she is a dictator in heels. Could you imagine her being like, in power? Can you imagine? Imagine. Just close your eyes for a second and just Think about it. Whew, shake it off. It's okay.
The courtiers operating out of the royal family had described for many years.
Dan ain't playing. He's not, is he? Listen, he's almost got 200,000 subscribers, which is not very much, but he's got a lot of people watching him. Yep.
Including directly to me. So look at them this week, and here's Meghan and Harry, happy families, at the Alliance for Children's Rights. Do you really think this is what Prince Harry wanted to be doing on his 40th birthday? Meghan needed some positive PR, and goodness me, she did.
She can go out there, do the split. She can go out there and buy them a whole bunch of stuff. She can go out there every day and do it. This is fake. It's just so fake. So now they're trying to fix it. They listening to some people. Meghan's actually listening to somebody. No, this is not going to make us think that you're a better person. We're just going to make us think that you're a liar. That you lied. Well, I haven't been recording. I don't know how long I've been talking. I don't know. So I feel like I should just cut it off here. I don't know how far I went.
Of Meghan Markle is a very unflattering one of someone who really behaves like a bully in essence. And Hollywood Reporter is a very, very heavyweight publication.
See, I don't know if we talked about her being a bully because I had it on pause. Oh, I don't know where I left off, guys. So if I repeat myself, just bear with me. And then I'm going to let you guys go. You know what? I'm going to catch it up. But I wanted to emphasize that she's a bully. She's a bully. She was bullying the staff in UK, in the castle. Yeah, she was being rude, disrespectful, nasty. They had been there for years. They said, oh, I'm done. If she's in the family, get somebody that can be able to deal with this. They were losing aides left and right. Just like she losing employees. She's a bad boss. And I was saying, just like Ellen was a bad boss too. She hasn't recovered from being considered saying mean things. Bad bosses is not tolerated over here. It is just something we don't tolerate. And I really do think that she's messed up pretty bad. And she's not going to be able to recover from this. I just don't see it. Her reputation is already in the toilet. How far more can it go? You saw that with ARO. It was only 600,000 or 700,000 subscribers, followers. That's not a lot of followers. That ain't even enough, even if it's a Sussa squad. That's not enough. When she became his wife, and they started their own website, you knew then it was some crazy stuff going on. But I was just like holding on, just hoping that she was over there acting right. And then I was like, oh, please let her just do the right thing. And no, this is the outcome of her not doing the right thing, being called the worst boss of all time, dictator on heels, belittling people, saying things and being just being disgusting, treating people any kind of way because they're not you, or like, why would you treat people that way other than with kindness? Because they are doing something for you. You are getting something out of the employment. They're working for you. They chose to work for you. No, but you treat them. No, they're lucky to be lucky that they're even here with me. Yeah, they're lucky. Something she married a prince and it went straight to her head. And now it's like there's no coming back from it. Like she's gone. Because you can't go to Colombia and then act like you're this, oh, grateful, wonderful, I'm glad to be here type of person, knowing she isn't. Probably hate the fact that she has to go. But if I'm going to go, I want to be treated like a queen. That man quit, the chief of staff quit while they were right about to go to Colombia. He said, I'm out. I'm tired of you yelling at me, dictating to me, not listening to me. And I'm just sick of it.
Publication in Hollywood, and I think that they've really done their homework here. I mean, this is a damning, devastating critique of Meghan Markle. Also, of course, Harry doesn't come off particularly well either from this, but ultimately, it's a portrait of Meghan Markle as a frightening, sort of terrifying figure for her staff, which is why there's such a high turnover rate of people working for Meghan and Harry. They can't wait to get out, actually, to use that expression from a...
Terrifying. Can't wait to get out. Like, I would probably try to sue her just for psychologicalness. What happened to the Human Resources Department? Maybe they don't have one. But still, God, how can you work in those conditions? Like, for real. Oh my God. Like, you can't even eat your lunch. Don't eat. You can't eat. You shouldn't be eating anyway. You're too big anyway. Just, what?
From a Hollywood film a few years ago, will Get Out. I mean, her own staff can't wait to escape from Montecito. And it's really, this is frightening stuff, actually.
Frightening.
People being left in tears and
Left in
all the rest
tears.
of it. And so Meghan comes across as a hugely dislikable figure from this report, and of course other.
I don't think the Duchess of Sussex is going to be able to get her out of this. Don't, just because you're the Duchess of Sussex, it's not going to, your popularity is going to shrink even more. Because people don't like bad bosses. They don't. Guess who's going to find out? My niece. My niece is going to tell me, Tisha, did you hear about Meghan being a bad boss? Yeah.
Also, we're getting as well.
Absolutely. And Niall, I think it is really important to clarify that when folk like Meghan's team or members of the Sussex squad say, well, why have these people not gone on the record? They're not allowed to. In the UK, it would actually...
We already know about the NDA and all this other stuff.
You're going against the official secrets
in the
act.
Sussex squad.
So that's really serious.
Why?
You speak
So you
out
can
what
go
you
after
represent
those
the royal
people?
family, and this way you could end up in jail. And in the US, the belief is that they have had to sign.
All you gotta do is do some process of limit. It's what, been 18 staff members. 12 of them have come out and said something.
The most draconian NDAs to even step foot through the mansion. So the fact that they are speaking off the record, 12 of them, Niall, I mean, that is really significant.
It's a very large number of people here, and clearly, I mean, the picture painted by the Hollywood Reporter here is of a culture of fear. Within, Meghan's.
Fear. Imagine going to work and you can't sleep, you can't barely eat, you got a boss from hell, and every morning it's going to be the same old stuff. Some real dictator stuff and some heel stuff going on with Meghan. And you got to sit there and listen to it. But that's not even it. She belittles you too. The boss from hell. I don't even think Ellen's report was this rough. No, Meghan's report is rough. Girl, and they got Harry pinned to the T. He is just a follower. That's it. He's a follower. Yo.
A sort of empire, actually, and I think that many of her own staff are now revolting against that. They've left. They've had enough. Meghan Markle, it has to be said, is a hugely narcissistic individual with a long track record, of course, of vicious attacks against the royal family, and in my view, a long track record of outright lies against the royal family. She's someone who was extremely disrespectful, of course, towards the Queen.
Yes.
She spread nasty, allegations against various members of the royal family, and Harry, of course, has done the same thing here, and he is described by in this Hollywood Reporter piece as the sort of enabler of what's happening here. He doesn't stand up, of course, to Meghan, and
he can't stand up to her. That's what he said. Donald Trump said he was whooped. Oh my God, did you hear that? He said he hated Taylor Swift. I think that's the word on the street. That means I'm not sure. This is not word on the street.
And I think that Harry also doesn't come across in a very flattering way from this latest report. But Meghan Markle has a long track record of vicious, nasty attacks against the royal family. So it's no surprise that her own staff, frankly,
vicious,
have just had enough of her, dictatorial rule in Montecito.
Dictator rule.
And look, the second part of this bombshell Access Hollywood report, which we'll take a look at now, Niall, actually juxtaposed the claims from her staff members with the comments that she made on her Archetypes podcast, where she was defending the fact that she had been accused of being demanding in the past. I'll get you to react off the back, but watch this.
Allowed to set a boundary. You're allowed to be clear. It does not make you demanding. It does not make you difficult. It makes you clear.
Duchess Difficult is a nickname that's trailed me.
Makes you clear.
For quite a few years. What is new?
Podcast where she was defending the fact that she had been accused of being demanding in the past. I'll get you to react off the back, but watch this.
Allowed to set a boundary. You're allowed to be clear. It does not make you demanding. It does not make you difficult.
A boundary.
Makes you clear.
Duchess Difficult is a nickname that's trailed Meghan Markle for quite a few years. What is new is this notion that coming to America, that a lot of those rumors were manufactured by the palace.
There's a hierarchy of the family. You know, there's leaking, planting of stories.
And the reporting that we did suggests that that probably isn't true, that there is this still undercurrent of fear.
An insider tells the Hollywood Reporter Meghan marches around like a dictator in high heels.
They said it is more to the story now, they believe. Let me let you hear it.
To their own staff, frankly, have just had an
Allowed to be clear. It does not make you demanding. It does not make you difficult. Makes you clear.
Duchess Difficult is a nickname that's trailed Meghan Markle for quite a few years. What is new is this notion that coming to America, that a lot of those rumors were manufactured by the palace.
There's a hierarchy of the family.
A lot of those rumors.
You know, there's leaking, but there's also planting of stories.
And the reporting that we did suggests that that probably isn't true, that there is this still undercurrent of fear.
An insider tells the Hollywood Reporter Meghan marches around like a dictator in high heels, fuming and barking orders. I've watched her reduce grown men to.
You're allowed.
Grown men reduced to tears, Niall. That is damning stuff.
Yeah, it
It
is.
really is, actually. And I mean, these are basically very serious allegations of bullying
Yeah.
on the part of Meghan.
Yes. She can be charged. Bullying. That's a form of boss bullying. That's a form of a lawsuit. Yes. If I'm not, we can ask Rainbow Pyramid. But I just think that it is a form, it's illegal. Bullying bosses. Yeah, this is more than damaging. She ain't gonna be able to go nowhere and take pictures and get away on this one. Access Hollywood. Somebody has taken up this story.
Markle and she
detailing detail. Duchess Difficult. Dictator in heels. Reducing grown men to tears. Harry didn't have a chance.
similar allegations from royal palace courtiers as well, who felt that they were very badly treated by.
Yeah, they
by
were.
Meghan. But she comes across really as an extremely nasty individual from these, interviews the Hollywood Reporter has compiled.
Hollywood Reporter.
I have to say, I do think the long-term damage this will do to her reputation, which is already, of course, very shaky.
Hello.
I think the long-term damage will be absolutely.
He said, I can't imagine what this is going to do to her reputation because word is out. She cannot hide it anymore. It's factual. In Sussex Squad, we don't need anyone to come forth. We know. Your girl is in trouble. Yep, she's in some trouble. She done messed around and became the bullying boss. The boss from hell. Yeah. The Hollywood Reporter is reporting on it, honey. That's where you wanted to live and be. right there among them. So you're a part of them now. You're not above the law. She thought she could get away with it. She thought that she could get away with talking to them like that because she had them sign an NDA. But people talk. I work for her, and she is yeah, no, she did this, she did that. There's gonna be a book that come out. The palace put away, locked away their bullying report because it was damaging. They was trying to protect her. Why? Tell the truth, show it. If you're a bad boss, you're a bad boss. And you can't get away from it. You can't.
Offense to Meghan's reputation. And it looks as though Harry.
What is it going to do to her reputation? Although her reputation is already in the toilet. It's already there. It's already flatlined. It's already not. It's just a squad. That's the only thing that can keep her alive. It's the Sussex squad. But if it ain't you guys can't even reach 1 million. That ain't a lot. That ain't a big community. She's gonna need more help than that because she's gonna lose some more people. And Oprah ain't gonna want to hang out with her. She's gonna be trying to get far, far away. Watch. I'll be surprised if we see them together again, ever. Oprah don't want no part of no bad boss. Her reputation is already on the line.
He is doing absolutely nothing whatsoever to stand up to this bullying of staff. It's very, very sad. It's very sad to see all this, isn't it? I mean, Dan, that we're seeing, Meghan really, in full light here, really, through these exposés, these interviews are revealing exactly what's going on, and it's a very, very disturbing picture that we are seeing. Actually, and this is.
Yes, but I think, Niall, it's actually
bullying of a very high order.
Indeed, but I think it's actually a big relief, Niall, to the people who worked for her during her time in the royal family, and also for senior members of the royal family, notably Catherine and William, because one of the reasons why Catherine and Meghan fell out in the beginning, I actually reported on it before anyone else, was because Meghan was treating the staff at Kensington Palace so appallingly, and Catherine just wasn't having any of that because she treats staff members incredibly respectfully. So I think there'll also be like an element of relief because Harry and Meghan can no longer say, oh, this is just because the royal establishment was.
Well, I could be with him all night. But we won't. Copyright strikes. We don't want that. We just don't want that. Kisses to all of you. Thank you so much. Sorry I didn't show my face. Like I said, it's late and tired. And but I wanted to get out here and do this video. Let me know what you think about P. Diddy and his arrest. And also to Meghan and her downfall. And will she be able to recover from this? I don't believe so. I don't believe so. I don't believe that she's going to start getting all these deals and people are going to want to work with her. This is like the second time we've heard something about her working with others. Spotify called them grifters and said, they built her a whole studio and she didn't do nothing. But, she was big time in it back then. She thought she had it going on. Now the deals has draw. They ain't there no more. They're not. WME is next. Because she is going to have to keep paying them to make her fix her image, right? Ain't that what they supposed to be doing? When are they going to start? I mean, come on. When are they going to actually really start helping her with her image? Because this right here is it. The palace ain't got to show listen, the palace don't have to show the report anymore. We got our report. And the report is that Meghan is a bully. And she is the worst kind. She tried to bully her family, her father. She tried to bully the royals. I believe that. I'm out of here, guys. Kisses. Have a wonderful night.